Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's FM18, and you're watching the Dafuge Challenge, episode 62, with Enfield Town FC. Well, we had a little bit of a stumble after getting thumped by the West Ham under-23s in our Check-A-Trade trophy group game. After that loss, we hosted Port Vale, and we won 3-1. John Greenwood had a brace of goals, Barry Cousins had a goal, and Tony Sarcevic had a 72nd minute goal for Port Vale to ruin the clean sheet. They were on the attack most of the game. I switched back to the counter, and that's how we got most of our goals. We had 6 shots, 4 on target. Port Vale had 15 and 7. And we had the possession advantage. This was one of those games where I really think playing 4 in the back helped us out. They were kind of wild. They were shooting from distance as well, including the shot from midfield. I don't know why they're counting that. Maybe because it was somewhere near the 6-yard box. But Ward didn't even make a play towards it. He just kind of watched it sail out of bounds. There was no need for him to try and save it. The one thing I do also like about this match is that we had a pretty decent home crowd, 1,800 fans. Next up was Plymouth, who we also hosted. This was nice, at least from an attendance point of view. We had 2,100 home fans who saw us lose 2-1. John Archer had a 7th minute goal, but Dan Hunt had a brace for Plymouth in the first half. 36th and 48th minute goals. He literally scored right before the whistle blew. They were just better than us. Mungo Bridge had an off game, and you could really tell that affected us. He just missed a lot of passes and just misplayed a bunch of balls. I think that really just affected him, and maybe by extension the rest of the guys up front. We just really couldn't get anything going. After losing to Plymouth, we went away to Wycombe, and we lost there, 3-1. Anton Hooper had a brace of goals for Wycombe in the 3rd and 89th minute. Ruffles had a 46th minute goal right before the half ended. Tom Ashton had an 80th minute goal. I thought that was going to be the start of a second half comeback maybe, but Hooper's 89th minute goal put that to rest. Wycombe was just on the attack all game. 16 shots, 11 on target. We were 11 and 5. You know, Mungo Bridge had an off game last game. This game it was John Greenwood's turn to have an off game. And you can really tell it's affecting us. They both have to be at least playing as expected. If one of them is off, it seems the other one hasn't been able to pick up the slack. You know, Greenwood had 2 overall chances and skied both of them, if I remember correctly. Today, we are at home against Chesterfield, and then we are away at Tottenham for our Carabao Cup 3rd round game. These games are 4 days apart. This one's on the 21st. Tottenham's on the 24th. We fell down to 5th place. 14 points, that's excellent. You know, as long as we stay ahead of the loser ratio, I am happy. Part of me wants to play a slightly rotated side against Chesterfield. I don't know, I haven't quite made up my mind on that yet. We'll have to see. Anyhow, I'm going to advance to the Chesterfield game, and I will be back with that in just a bit. So we are playing our 4-4-3, slightly rotated. Ward is in goal. Bamba, Lee, Adamson, Taylor are the defensive back 4. Walker, Knight, and Archer are the midfield 3. Ashton, Cousins, and Greenwood are up top as the strikers. On the bench, we have Noel McLeod, Mitchell, Collins, Bridge, Slynn, Tanner, and Hunt. We are moving right to left. Walker just kicked it out of bounds. Well, 2 minutes in, we've had 3 shots. An enormous possession advantage, but that probably won't hold up over time. I get that every game we're being seriously overrun in our midfield, but I think it's the coach just panicking. 2 yellow cards for Chesterfield in the first half. Still not a lot of highlights, even though we've had 6 shots, 3 on target. Coming up on a half hour. This could be a quick game. Okay, it's been a while since I've had this happen. Literally, the kickoff highlight was the only highlight we had. Despite 7 shots, 4 on target, a huge possession advantage. That's just wild. Okay. Okay, moving left to right now. Hopefully we have a couple more highlights as opposed to just the kickoff one, but we shall see. Now Taylor picked up a yellow card. We'll take him off in 60 minutes at the 60-minute mark. Oh, now Knight picked up a yellow card too. I guess we're getting even. 9 shots, 4 on target, none worthy of a highlight. You know what? We're coming up on 60 minutes. We'll make our changes. Mitchell is going to go on for Taylor. Collins is going to come on for Knight. And we'll save the last one. So we are all waiting for the next highlight. Oh, hey, a highlight. Bamba. Over to Archer. Oh, he taps it to Greenwood, who hits the post. And Hanley kicks it out of bounds. No, Mitchell with the throw-in. To Collins, back to Mitchell. Long pass over to Bamba, who centers it into Archer. Taps it up, Greenwood's there, and he scores. Very well done. Nice pass by Archer up to Greenwood. He tried doing that last time, and he kicked it just a little bit too hard. We are going to drop back to the control. 75 minutes in. We are definitely better conditioned than Chesterfield. 10 minutes left. Well, we're going to bring Slynn on for Lee. Ward with a goal kick. Out towards Greenwood, but it's knocked out of bounds. Oh, it was a push. Partridge fouled him, and he's already on yellow. He's out, but there's only 2 minutes left in the game. I don't think it's really going to help us that much. Well, in terms of slowing down their attack. 5 minutes of extra time. 5 minutes of extra time with absolutely no highlights. We've had 4 highlights this entire match. Well, 5 if you count this one. Bamba with the throw-in to Walker. Sends it into the crowd. Archer at the top. Over to Ashton. Hits the crossbar. Cousins has it, but he's dispossessed by Vigouroux, the goalie, who took it away from him. And that is the game. That's got to be one of the shortest games I have ever commented. Even the Plymouth game was longer. It had more highlights. But you know what? A win is a win. Greenwood with a 71st minute goal. Very nice. Nobody got injured. Even better. And next up, Tottenham in 3 days after we play Fulham under 18s. So, back with that game in just a bit. Now, just a couple of moves to talk about before we get to the Tottenham game. Keith Hunt has gone out on loan to Havant and Waterloo. He's not going to get a lot of first-team playing time here. Barry Cousins essentially has a lock on the defensive forward position. Tom Ashton's my primary backup. And I've got a couple of young strikers on the under-18s that I'm willing to play for a game or two should someone get injured. Failing that, I can always go out to the market and see what I can pick up there. But Hunt just wasn't going to see a lot of playing time for us. Michael Taylor, the 2-star current 4-star potential right back, also wasn't going to see a lot of playing time here, with Tanner playing right back and Mitchell switching back and forth. Maidenhead United came in unsolicited and offered him a first-team position, and they're paying 100% of his salary. So why wouldn't I do that? One of the reasons I'm okay with letting Taylor go is Graham Kelly has signed with us on a backup contract, 2.5-star current, 2.5-star potential. Although if I have my scouts look at him, they say 3-star, 3-star. Backup at the left fullback position, can also play center back if I need him to. Good physicals, decent mentals where they count. His technicals are average, and his first touch is below average, but his marking and his tackling are more than adequate. He's a backup player. He's happy to be a backup player. He's here on a backup contract, and his salary was nice too, only £450 a week. Well, we are playing what I think is my best 11 against Tottenham, who finished second in the Premier League last year. We've got Ward in goal, Bamba, Lee, Mitchell, and Tanner as the defensive back four, Collins, Knight, and Archer as the midfield three, Bridge, Cousins, and Greenwood up top as the strikers. On the bench, we have Adams, Slynn, Walker, Ashton, Kelly, Schofield, and Noel McLeod. We're playing at New White Hart Lane. We're also playing against a pretty rotated Tottenham side. There's no Kane. Emery Moore is about the only recognizable name I know of. You can see Grabara, Cancelo, Semedo, Gibson, Gaia, Smith, Chan, Moore, and a couple others. We are moving left to right in our away yellows. Miguel breaking through the line. Ward with a nice punch sends the ball over the crossbar. Oh, I didn't know we could zoom in and out like that. Okay. Something new every game. Guthrie with the cross in, knocked out of bounds. We're going to go back to standard. Oh. Cousins with the penalty. Guthrie at the top of the box out to Gaia, who one-shots it way up into the stands. Well, we've at least had a shot. No, Moore picked up a slight injury. That's good and bad. Well, about 20 minutes in, I'm going to totally jinx us and say we're holding our own. I went down to standard. Tottenham's quality of player is just so much better than ours. I don't want to give them the opportunity to hit us on the counter. Plus, playing on standard keeps the defensive line and the midfield line a little bit further back. Not a lot of highlights again. Oddly enough, I'm okay with that. 38 minutes in, Cancelo with a throw-in for Tottenham to Haird. Oh, Bamba dispossesses him. Collins with the ball. Long pass, but it goes right to Smith for Tottenham. Over to Chan. Back to Smith. Over to Chan again. Up to Miguel. Guthrie's there. And his shot goes wide right. It's a good dispossession by Bamba. We just couldn't make anything of it. Grabara with the goal kick. Up towards Haird. Over to Moore, to Miguel. And Ward with a nice save. Archer. No. What the heck? Miguel with the shot. Ward again with a nice save. Oh, lower league football rears its ugly head again. Jeez. Corner kick. Moore. Sends it over to Comedo. Ward with a nice save. Just plucks it out of the air. I think as long as we don't make too many mistakes, we have a chance. Smith, his pass is errant, but can't get there in time. Gaia with the ball, sends it up. Chan is there, crosses it in. Haird, and he slots it right past a diving Ward just before halftime. Well, I knew it was going to happen eventually, and a minute before halftime's pretty good. But yeah, Ward probably could have played that a little better, but they're one of the best teams in the world. Being one down at the half is a pretty decent accomplishment. Shan with the kick. And Tottenham scores again right before the half. Guy with the header, I think. Yep. Right past Ward. Should be coming up on halftime here pretty quick. There we go. Now, Tottenham's had 11 shots, 7 on target. We've had 4 shots, none on target. 11 total fouls, though. I'm really kind of surprised by that. We're not a really physical team when it comes to fouls. I'm going to make one move. I'm going to move Mitchell over to the defensive right back position and bring Adams on to replace Tanner. And I am also going to drop down to the counter. Well, we are moving right to left now. Gaia with the kick all the way across the field to Moore. Smith to Chan. And to Miguel at the top of the box. Saunders done. Nice block by Ward. Saunders done again. Hits the post, bounces out. Cancelo centers it. Mitchell runs it down, and that's the end of the highlight. I didn't realize he picked up a yellow card. Okay. I'll probably have to take him off in a little bit here. Collins into the crowd. Cousins runs it down. Back to Collins. Over to Bridge. Cross it in. No, he kicks it all the way back to Bamba. Over to Lee, to Adams, up to Archer, to Greenwood, who loses the ball. Gibson dispossesses him. Gaia sends it over to Guthrie. Saunders Dunn has it. Nice first touch. Miguel. Now crosses up Adams, takes a shot, and it bounces outside. You know what? I can't do anything tactics-wise for the minute. Okay, there we go. Well, nuts. Okay, Adams is going to have to move over to the right back position. And Slynn is going to replace Mitchell. We'll save the last guy until probably the 75th minute or so. Well, 65 minutes in, we've held Tottenham to 2 goals. 20 minutes left. Most of Tottenham is looking uninterested or complacent. We are going to go to the attack. Maybe we can hit them on the counter. Take advantage of their complacency here. Grabara out into the crowd. Miguel heads over to Saunders Dunn. Back to Miguel. Almost loses control of the ball. Instead, he centers it to Chan, out to Gaia on the left, over to Guthrie, who centers it in. Miguel is there, off the post. Collins with a long kick up to Bridge. It's 2-on-2, and his pass bounces off Semedo and goes right to Grabara. That is probably one of the best opportunities we've had. Lee with the ball, off the clearance by Chan. Archer bounces it off a player, goes right to Miguel, who sends it over to Augusto. Bamba goes for the ball, and Augusto gets by him. Crosses it in, and Miguel finally scores. Now, you can just tell they are a better quality player. Bamba had an opportunity there, but we're going to make our last substitute here. Bridge is going to move over to the advanced forward. Ashton's going to come on for Greenwood. Greenwood had 5 shots, but they were all wide. We'll go to the overload just to see if we can't get a goal. Quiet first half until the very end. And they definitely made the most of their chances, but I'd like to think we at least made them earn it. And frankly, this could have been a lot worse for us, but I think holding Tottenham to 3 goals is an accomplishment. Maybe not the best accomplishment in the world, but it's an accomplishment. This should be the end of the game. Grabara to Rafael Augusto. Lee has it. Sends it up to Collins. Up to Ashton. And that is it. Now, Tottenham had 19 shots. 10 on target. Slight possession advantage. We had 10 shots, none on target. 18 total fouls. So that's unacceptable. Guys, you know better. Now, Tottenham is definitely a quality team. And their backups and under 23s, the players they started against us, are definitely quality players. God, look at those facilities, man. One day that will be us. Now, I think next will be Carlisle at home and Boston United away. Well, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that I skipped the results of the AFC Wimbledon game and the recaps at the beginning of the episode because it was a boring 0-0 draw. Be that as it may, it still had more highlights than the match we played today against Chesterfield. I think I've had probably 3 or 4 of those games this save already, where it's literally opening kickoff, nothing, opening kickoff, nothing. But I've never had to live comm one before, and this time around that was it was frustrating and funny at the same time, to be honest with you. I think that was a pretty credible loss against Tottenham. Holding them to 3 goals was good, and to be honest, success in the Carabao was never guaranteed. We probably should have lost to Brighton, and if we hadn't lost to Brighton, Swansea should have beaten us. Their team, at least their under 23s and under 18s, are a higher quality than my players. We should have lost to them too, if we're being honest, but we didn't. Getting to the 3rd round was a success for us. I think it sets the table for how well we're going to compete in future competitions, with the exception of the Check-a-Trade, because frankly I just can't be bothered to really give a damn about that one. I don't know why. I think after watching everybody else's videos on YouTube and how enthusiastic they are about the Check-a-Trade trophy, and to be honest, I think my son's more enthusiastic about going to the dentist. I can't be bothered to worry about it. There's not a lot of money involved, as I understand it. And frankly, we're just not good enough to compete in it. All that aside, I think that was a pretty credible showing against Tottenham. And so far, at the beginning of this season, we're off on the right foot. If we can keep this forward momentum going, we're definitely in for a mid-table finish, maybe challenging for the playoffs, which I'm still kind of conflicted about, but we'll see how that shakes out. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as best as I can. My name's FM Jellicoe. I thank you for watching.